Hey friends, it's me, JC. What's up? So today we're gonna make a shepherd's pie. I already have 3 pounds of yellow Yukon Gold potatoes already peeled and cut in half with cold water after I rinsed them. 2 teaspoons of Himalayan salt. There we go. And we're gonna go ahead and get that to start for us. And then we also have on our other pan 3 tablespoons of butter. We're going to melt down. And we're going to add a third of a white onion and 2 large cloves of garlic. And so the shepherd's pie, it's also considered when they first started making it, because it was first called like a cottage pie. Now they tried differentiating the two, the shepherd's pie and a cottage pie, by the meat. The shepherd's pie, because being shepherd usually was the lamb. So if it's made with lamb, now it's considered, well, not now, maybe back then I guess, because now they say it could become a shepherd's pie now. I was looking at some of that up to make sure I was politically correct and not be so incorrect. But when I was looking it up, it says that cottage pie and shepherd's pie is the same thing now. Shepherd's pie can be made with any type of meat you want to use. You can use pork, you can use lamb, you can use chicken, turkey, beef, any kind of meat you can get your hands on. Apparently, is what I read. But back in a lot of years ago, when potatoes first came into Ireland or whatever. But there's so many stories on who started off anyways on top of that, so it's very confusing. But anyways, the Irish claim it more from what I was seeing online, and when they got potatoes and everything in there, because they were so cheap to get and whatever, they started putting inside of there. So they started making like a potato pie, which ended up with the meat and vegetables and whatever else being added to them. That's my understanding. I'm not 100% sure because I wasn't there. I'm just going off of what the internet was saying, and that was like the consensus that I found for the most part. So that's what we're going with. But yes, it's we're making shepherd's pie. It's going to be made out of beef. I don't like the lamb. I do not like the way it tastes. I've tried it a couple of times. I just can't. I've made it a few times. I just can't. Like I said, we have a third of a white onion, and I have 2 cloves of garlic in there with 3 tablespoons of butter. And I'm going to add the ground beef in a moment. One of these just cook up just a little bit. So yeah, so that's what my little research got me on it. Because today before I got set up to start making it, I wanted to find out a little bit of the history. I really never looked into it until now. I just know that when I was younger, my dad used to make it, and I used to like it. So, and then some people also make it with not ground beef, but they'll use regular beef, a chuck roast or something. I'm not too sure about what kind of meat it, what kind of roast beef meat or what kind of. For sure, I'm going to medium heat on this one. The potatoes are about medium high. And it'll take them probably about 20 minutes roughly to get completely done. I'm going to cover them in a second. But yeah, so I think it's some kind of a roast beef or I don't know for sure. I forgot to look that up, and I was going to do it too because I was going to make one. I've never had it like that yet, and I wanted to make one like that too because I know that you could do it with the ground, or you can do it with chunks of beef or lamb or whatever you want to use, chunks of whatever kind of meat you want. But I've always known it to be beef. That's the way I was taught how to make it. Well, that's the way I've learned how to make it, or watched how to make it. I wasn't really taught. I watched it be done. And then also, whenever we've eaten it, it's always been beef. So today I was shocked to find out that it was really lamb. But the name shepherd's pie, you would think, but whatever. Some things have funny names, and sometimes they don't even have a real story behind them. But this does. But there's lots of countries that do claim it, though, also. But like I said, it started off as cottage pie. It can still be considered that also. So cottage pie, shepherd's pie is made with beef, supposed to be either or. Let me go get the beef profile, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I just put the meat in. I washed my hands. I didn't want to go ahead and have my hands all meaty with it. And so right here we have it covered now. Okay, it's on medium high. Our meat is about medium-ish. And then I have I made a little mix for this, and it has 1.5 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, and it has a half of a teaspoon of pepper, and it has here's 1 teaspoon of the pink Himalayan salt, and then I have 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of rosemary, 1 teaspoon of thyme, and then it was also a teaspoon of cumin, a teaspoon of 2 teaspoons of paprika, and that should be it. And this is still kind of a little bit frozen, because I took it out of the freezer yesterday, and it's about a little over 2 pounds when I weighed it up when I put it away. And when I did it, I put it in the refrigerator. I forgot to take it out for a little bit sooner than what I did before I started filming. So yeah, it's gonna take a little bit of time because it's gonna have to defrost a little bit. But hey, it's okay. We got this. We got this, friends. So like I said, so that's what our spice mix is of. I'm gonna start putting it on there, spreading the love, spreading the love. I know you guys don't want to watch any of this part right here. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to go off camera, and when I get this down, grounded, when it's finally grounded all the way, I'll be back on here with you guys to see what we're going to do next. And what I'm going to do also is the rest of my seasoning that I have in my bowl, the rest of the seasoning, when I put this over, I want to dump it on that side because I wanted to get, I like to season both sides of my meats and everything when I do it. Even if it's something like this, whatever I like to do, one side, flip it, get it done, whatever, and then get the other side that way. Because, I don't know, for me, I've always thought that was just some kind of unevenness or possibly. I don't know if it is for sure. I never looked it up. But to me, it's like, I don't want to have like some pieces of meat that are like really, really like salty or peppery or whatever. And other ones are just like real like plain. Or don't feel like they have anything on any kind of seasoning on them at all. And while it's starting to cook down like this, I always like to do it. And that way it starts getting the flavors of the meat incorporated with it also. But I don't know. It's just something I've always done since I was younger. And in my head, that's what makes the difference. But I really have never looked it up because I never said anything about that out loud until now. So, yeah. Maybe I'll look it up when I have a chance. But let me let you guys go for a moment. And I'll be back with you guys in a few. Let me get this down and done. Because this is just some boring techniques to be watching. Okay? See you guys in a few. Alright, my friends, so I got it all grounded down. I let it cook for about 10 minutes, and it's got rid of a lot of its fat, so we need to leave it all in there and stuff like that, because we're going to be using it for our gravy and stuff. So what I have right now, I'm going to put in there 3 tablespoons of flour, and we're going to let it cook down to get rid of the floury taste and all that stuff like that, and we'll give it about maybe 10 minutes or so, no adding the water and everything. And to this, people use either ketchup or they use tomato paste. I never have tomato paste on hand unless I know that I'm going to be using it for many things at once, and then I have it already figured out. Other than that, I don't ever have it because by the time I go to use it, it's never going to go good. So today I'm going to put ketchup. And I'm going to put about maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons or about approximately, I don't know. That's something like that. In my head, it says it is. So it's about 2, I would say probably about 2.5. But yeah, you could use tomato paste, and with the paste you use about, I think it's about 2 teaspoons or so, maybe 1 tablespoon. I know it's not as much ketchup as you would use for ketchup. I know ketchup is like double it or something, so it might be like anywhere from half a teaspoon, tablespoon to a tablespoon of the tomato paste. And so, like I said, I never have it on hand. I don't use it like that. I hardly ever use it. So for me, it always ends up being just a waste. And by the time I go to use it, it's always messed up. And the oven just said it's done being preheated. I have it preheating at 350. And I need to add some chicken, some stock. So I'm gonna do chicken stock. That's all I have on hand. We need to check our potatoes real quick also. So I would say it's not. They're getting there. So I'm giving more force than not. I'd say 5 more minutes. I'll give them 5 more minutes. And I'll be back. I'm going to put 2 cups of the broth because I'm going to have to need it to make my gravy anyways. And I think it probably should be covered and down right now anyways. So I'll let you guys know how much I end up using of broth because I'm not going to bother you guys on that one. When the potatoes are done, I'm going to go ahead and drain them, and then we'll come back on. When I come back on to check the meat, we'll go ahead and we'll start the potatoes and mashing them because I like to get them all done at the same time. That's why I have them working the way they're working. That way, when everything one gets done, they're usually like not far behind from each other. Okay, so I will see you guys in a few minutes, my friends. About 5 to 10. Okay, be right back. All right, guys, I'm gonna turn off our meat. It's been about 15 minutes. The potatoes are inside the pot with lid on them. And I already have 5 tablespoons of butter and a cup of mozzarella cheese in there. To this, I'm going to add about a pound of mixed vegetables, which is peas, carrots, corn, cumin. Hold on, guys. Let me give it a back. Hold on. Oh, guys, sorry, I forgot. The last time I used that damn bag to put vegetables inside something, because it has that stupid resealable thing in the front of it, it gave me the hard time too. So sorry about that. So what I'm doing is mixing in the vegetables, the frozen vegetables. Don't need a couple minutes or whatever. Since I turned off the meat already, I'm gonna cover it up real fast while I finish up the mashed potatoes. Like I said, everything I've done about the same time. So while this is finishing up, while this is basically defrosting the vegetables, we're finishing up our mashed potatoes, and then by then this will be ready. But then it doesn't matter anyways because everything goes in the oven anyways. So by the time it gets out the oven, it's going to be all the way incorporatedly cooked anyways. But there's no sense in keeping the fire on because they're going to cook anyways right now while they're right here and there. You gotta get, there we go. I think we gotta get that piece broken down. Okay, so this is done for now. I'm gonna put the lid on it and I'll meet you guys over at the mashed potato station. See you in a minute. Alright friends, we are at the mashed potato station. So what's gonna happen is I have 2 eggs right here I'm gonna mix up in here. Because we're going to add them into our mashed potatoes because that's going to help make them golden and pretty. So now I'm going to pull this over here a little more. Here we go, here we go. So like I said, I have 5 tablespoons of butter and a cup of mozzarella cheese in here. Because it's the cheesiest. Put that in there like that. And what did I do with my smasher? That is what it is. We're going to use the same smasher we smashed with that. What's it called? The ground the beef. The beef was grounded. It was in trouble. It must have been in trouble because it was grounded. Anyways, that was not a funny joke, but it was funny. Funny enough. Anyway, so what we're gonna do, what we're doing right now is just gonna incorporate the butter with the cheese and the egg. And if it comes up creamy enough, we're not gonna need any kind of milk or anything. You can use heavy cream, you can use milk, half and half, whatever you like. In our house, we usually only use 2%, so I always put 2% of whatever. Unless it's something specific I'm making and I need to have the heavy creams and also with that, then I will buy it. have it on hand for that and other stuff. But other than that, I don't just carry all those other things or whatever. And plus, nobody likes the whole milk, so we just use 2%, and it works just the same as everything else. It's milk and it's fatty, not as fat, but whatever. So we're putting about a quarter of a cup. Right now we're just eyeballing. We just want them to be mashed potato looking, like, you know, not, you know, with the consistency of the mashed potatoes and as smooth as we can get them. We don't want them like overly or underly done. We're gonna be perfect like this right now. And because I put the salt that I did, I haven't tasted these or nothing like that. I wanted to have them put together, incorporated first. Well, now I have the egg in there, I'm not doing it. So we'll see how it is after. So I'm not gonna put pepper or salt or nothing else because I figured with the salt, whatever, it should be good. And we have all the other stuff with the other stuff. And then that way, if you want to, you know, add that to it for yourself. Because whenever I used to like this, I would end up putting more pepper, more salt. Well, actually, it's always more pepper. Maybe a little bit of salt every now and then. Okay, so we're gonna go a third a cup. So yeah, so I usually do about, you know, I usually put a little tiny bit because I like the little salt crystals on top of like certain things when I'm eating. You know, like when you have like sometimes mashed potatoes or something. What is it? Oh yeah, my favorite thing to do with is pot pies, and just put it on top of, you know, I always break the crust and I crumble it all up and mix it all together and break it all down my crust so that way when I eat it, I get crust in every bite. But then I would put a little bit of salt and pepper because I literally have the salt crystals when I'm eating it. And so when I do this, I usually do about the same thing like that because that way everybody has their own experience with it. And I think we are done. And the cheese is melting so good with it, it's making it harder to do it. And that's what I want them to look. See, the cheese has it all goopy and gooey. That's why I put it in there before we did it, so it'll start melting a little bit, and we'll start getting it to be incorporated with it when we do it. So I'd have it all incorporated like that, because that way you don't have the separation of potato and cheese. Oopsie, I forgot to have that. Well, okay, well, they probably would have cooked up a little bit anyways. Tastes good. Let's grab the meat. There we go. Perfection, perfection, how we want it to look. Oh, Lordy, have mercy. Doing this backwards today. And you'd think I'd be able to do it better since I am left-handed. But I do everything. I'm left-handed, and I do everything. Everything I do it as if I was right-handed. People think I'm always that I do something that when I'm doing whatever, I do something backwards when I'm doing certain things, because I do everything like a right-handed person does. If I do like a left-handed person, I feel so uncomfortable. The only thing that I do that a left person does is eat and write with my left hand. I feel uncomfortable when I do it with my left hand. I mean, when I do it with my right hand, I can't do it right. But if I do it with my left hand, I'm fine. So I'm left-handed when it comes to eating and writing. Other than that, I do everything with my right hand. It's really strange, people say, but whatever. It's me. I guess that makes JC strange. I think it just makes me unique and special. But hey, who am I to say? Okay, so now with this, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to add cheese on top of this. That's probably going to be about a cup or so of mozzarella, then on top, we'll put the nachos. I'm sure you guys can see that. I haven't pulled it up some. That's why I was moving that back. Okay, so here we go. Okay, now we have a better view. So yeah, so sometimes I like to do this. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. I mean, it's up to you. I just have about a cup of this cheese left over that I didn't want to put in the refrigerator, so I decided to put it in. Either that or just putting 2 cups of cheese inside the damn potatoes, but I don't think I felt like it. Yeah, because I don't want them to be like paste. They would turn to paste on that one. I don't want pasty potatoes. I want maybe about 3/4. Now, people do this different. Everybody has their own way of doing this. To each their own, whatever. Some people pipe it, some people will scoop it, some people... I'm just going to throw it on top. Well, I guess I'm doing scoops too, whatever. And so remember, we already have the oven preheated at 350, and they're going to go in there for about 30 minutes or so. We just want, well, anywhere from 20 to 30. We just want to get a golden brown. It would fall in between, wouldn't it? We just want to get a golden brown, because that way, you know, just looking pretty full. That's why we put the egg inside of it. Okay, I missed some spot right here. The filling. They don't want to disturb the filling. Which I don't know how you disturb it. You just disturb the filling from putting it from the pan to the thing. It's right there. So I mean, it's not like they're sleeping or nothing. Like I said, each their own. Everybody has their own story. I don't mind to judge. I'm not judging. I'm the same. But you know, we all have our ways why we do it all. But yeah, I was laughing when I heard that one today. They said there's one someone was saying that when they always done it, they do it because I was looking up what's the difference, you know, and basically it's just how you seal it off or whatever, like when you're making a pie or doing anything else. And so I was like, well, okay, but some people say, well, I don't like to disturb my filling. And I said, well, I don't like disturbing it, but hey. I'm not going to understand the disturbing because you're moving around. You might get it to where you end up getting it like outside of the potato. Or whatever, but whatever. I mean, if it gets outside the potato, it gets outside the potato. We can't always have it perfect. You know? We could try, we could strive, and we can make it almost there. But we're not always going to do it every time. Something I'm trying to teach myself because I'm used to being a certain way. I strive for excellence, and I strive for always making sure I don't accept anything besides the best for myself. I'm not like that with my kids or whatever. My kids, I mean, I expect them to at least put in an effort and try. You have to at least put an effort and try in life. But not everybody's going to be like a straight A student, honor roll, or always going to be perfect on certain things. You know, some people are good at certain things and they'll always be very good with that. But not everybody's going to be like that. It's something I've had to learn over the years, you know. Alright guys, welcome back. It was about 25 minutes I had it in for, and then it started getting all crazy. And I've let it sit for like 15 minutes, like, you know, you want to give it about 10-15 minutes to sit before you start going into it, because you don't want to burn yourself. It's going to be steaming, popping hot, so we don't want to be steaming, popping hot, burnt. That's going to hurt a lot. And who's what's it? I can't believe I lost my thingamajig, and my who's no what's it, and my oh my goodnesses are. Anyway, so I'm going to do something different right now, because I can't find what I did with my thing. I had everything already ready, and all of a sudden I took it out the oven, and I forgot when I put it over here what I was doing with everything. I think I put everything in the sink. I don't know. We'll figure that out later. It has to be here somewhere. It didn't just, like, you know, take off and leave us here or something. Anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and you're gonna scoop it out the best way you can. First, you want to go ahead and cut it. You know, like if it was a piece of pie really, or a piece of cake or something. And then you're gonna go underneath and scoop the soup, and scoop. And then let it on down, and here we go. Perfection. And you know, some of it stayed in there, and you can always take it off if you like, you know. Boom. There we go. You know, or you could leave it in there. No matter. It's up to you. It's up to you. And ta-la! Perfect. Kidoki. Let's see. I'll grab a spoon for fast. Okay. So, it looks great. Wonderful, great deliciousness. Now, let's go ahead and try it out. Cheers and bon appetit. Cheers. Alright guys, sorry about that. My camera decided to turn itself off for some reason. And we're just at the ending. We were almost done. Almost done. Okay, anyway, so like I said, bon appetit. And cheers to all my friends out there. And Mr. Shepherd was good on the first bite. Let's go for a second one. Sorry about that, guys. We're doing a retake, or a redo, or add in, or we'll see how it works out. But bon appetit. Cheers. And I hope you enjoy it. And let's try it out. Again. Perfection and deliciousness. That Shepherd is a great pie. Anyway, so I hope you guys try out the recipe and enjoy it. And I'll be seeing you guys later in the next video. If you have any suggestions or comments or whatever, just go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. Subscribe, like, share, turn on the notification bell. Remember, there's nothing you can't do in the kitchen. And it's always okay to play with your food as long as you do it the right, proper way. Until next time, my friends, it's your friend JC signing out. And I will talk to you guys later, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.